Hey, what's going down, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Soul Effect, the site for the R&B Talk Show. Listen, I done did a lot of great interviews in my lifetime. You guys see the intro. Make sure you guys subscribe to the R&B Talk Show. So don't sit here and say, "Oh, I didn't see it." You see the logo every day. You know, and a lot of y'all be on social media, but that's another, conversation. So this interview right here is the most anticipated interview because right here, let me tell you something. I don't know where you guys at back in late 91, all through 1982 and 1983. Public announcement came to the scene with Vibe. And here come Honey Love, Slow Jam, Mr. DJ, Dedicated. The list goes on. I mean, you think about public dance, you think about the music videos. R. Kelly's pin game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these brothers could dance their butt out, man. So, like I said, give it up for multi-platinum recording group public announcement up there. What's going on, fellas?
Yes, sir. The original public announcement. The
Yeah, there
original.
you go. The original public announcement.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Man. So how's the weather like over there where you guys are at?
Oh man. Well, where I'm at, it's 23 degrees.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Like we just came back from that this past was it January, and I was like, man, plus I think we had like 16 inches of snow. I said, man, please. I mean, I love when it's cold, but not like I hate the part when it's too cold, you can't really go anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, bro,
Right.
look, y'all like I'll catch y'all later, man, next week or something, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You
And
gotta chill
everything.
out a bit. You gotta chill out.
Yeah. So if you guys can, before we talk about the new single, the latest single, Don't Play, if you guys can introduce yourselves and, give like a little intro, to the people that don't know.
Well, I'm Mellow C from Chicago.
All right. Yeah, shoot. Ricky.
Yeah, man. It's Uncle Rick, the original public announcement. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for having us, man. It has been
No
a
problem.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. But we just want to clear up a few things before we get started. The definition of the original public announcement is simply letting people know that the people that performed with Rob, R. Kelly, that is, back in the day, those guys, we are those guys. So that's the original. And we're also affectionately called Unknum. So just to keep the waves clear.
Absolutely. The RB Bully.
Hey, I'm Drake, aka Giant the R&B Bully, original public announcement member. I done been in a bunch of R. Kelly videos, so we are the official Honey Love Boys.
Honey Love Boys. Give me that.
I like that. And last but not least,
Yeah, I'm DJ Los Incredible. I'm the in-house DJ and one of the producers, along with the original public announcement.
all righty. So let's talk about, before we talk about the history and everything, I want to talk about a new single called Don't Play. How did this single come about?
Well, some
Ricky?
time ago, I was on the phone with Mello, and he was going through songs, and he said, "Oh, I got something I want you to hear," and he plays "Don't Play" with lyrics, but he plays one verse and the chorus, and I'm waiting for the second verse, and all of a sudden, it just stops. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He says, "Oh, yeah, it's just one verse." I was like, "What do you mean it's just one verse?" He said, "We haven't done the other verse yet." I said, "Okay, well, you need to hurry up and do the other verse." So a little while later, he says, "Why don't you come down here and record?" So I go down, we record the song. We record actually about 3 or 4 songs, but we record the song, and it made so much sense because of the musicality and his technical background with how he plays, what he plays. It's absolutely incredible. Dre hears the song, and Dre says, he says, "I don't see nothing wrong with it." Well, all I want to do is I want to add some melodic stuff to it, and he comes in with his part. And Dre touched on it in such a way that it made you reminisce even harder than you already are. And it brought that I can't put it any other way. It brought that Mr. Biggs feel to it. So turns out that it's one of those slow jams that makes you say, yeah, I need that.
Yeah. And that makes sense too, because coming from where you guys started, back in the day, and to keep that legacy, making great songs, it's like, hey, it's a knife, man, to the gut. You know what I'm saying? You mess up, man. You pretty much stabbing your own legacy, what I'm saying? Got to get it right and everything. Now, is there going to be like a video visual behind it, or like a music video or something like that, some sort?
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. Like when I saw you guys on social media, you guys made an announcement, and stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome, man, to see, the original members where it all started. Because I tell you, from a fan perspective, fans get excited, when they see the original members coming together. I know you guys hit on time. It's like you guys be at the grocery store, you can be at home, whatever. Say, hey man, when you guys gonna come back, man? Come on, man, stop playing, man. Hey, you guys ain't got nothing going on.
Right.
Oh man.
For sure.
Thank you, man. That's always nice to hear.
Yeah.
I even when we were not active, I still planned. I still bought clothes. I still bought things so that, one day when I go somewhere, when I do something, I'd have the ability to put these special clothes on and come out. And even if I'm just saying hello, if I'm speaking somewhere, I've been planning the entire time just to be ready, and there's a certain look, there's a certain persona that you want to have. And I believe that, when like you said, people say, come on, come on, come on, come on. I take my hat off to the guys because they were the ones that actually said, come on. I was done. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm cool living the country life. And they kept saying, come on. So it's working out, man. It's a beautiful thing. So thank you for saying that.
No problem.
Yes,
So what I'm
indeed.
gonna do is, so I'm gonna zigzag through so that way get the original history of the public announcement. Then I'm gonna ask questions with you, Mello C, and you, Lou, as well. So that way people could get all different detailed insights. So I'm gonna start off. So let's go to like 1991, and at that time, public announcement was starting to form. So how did you, Ricky, and the R&B Bully, how did y'all get involved in the whole situation, the makers of it?
Who's
Come on,
taking the
Drake.
question?
And I don't know if you heard that. I was saying, so like in 1991, it's like the makers of the public announcement started to form together. How did you guys get involved with Kales, put that group together?
Oh, okay. Well, I had a group prior, and I'm trying, and forgive me, I'm trying not to give too much of the documentary away, but
Right.
I had a group. The group basically left, and I was holding the audition, and then Earl and Rick came to the audition. And they were saying that they came to get me, and I'm like, no, you're auditioning for my group. You know what I'm saying? But we worked that out. So we became a group and started doing talent shows all around Chicago. So after they basically was telling us, like, y'all can't keep being in the contest, y'all can be special guests. And at that point, we were running out of things to do. So we end up at the Cotton Club, which Bernie Mac was actually doing his comedy there. Godfrey doing his comedy there. And also R. Kelly was performing there.
That's enough to win.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I just don't want to tell too much, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Right. Yeah. Just keep it on the positive side of things. So, so at the time you guys, here it is, like making an album and everything, Word to the 90s. So when you would, so both of you fellas was in the photo shoot. What's kind of go through your mind, like, oh man, we really gonna be out there like that, or did it really hit y'all until y'all video premiered all over national TV?
Right, Rick, you want to take this? Or you want me to do it?
Nah, I'll take it. Well, we connected with Rob, and we started doing a lot of rehearsing, and not long after that, we went overseas. The music was not out in the States yet, but we had a 2-week tour to go do over in Europe, and I didn't realize that the song that the album had already dropped in Europe and it was out and going, because we're still fresh to the business. But we get over there, we start doing shows. The first show we do, actually every show we did, there was no standing room. So every place we went to, it was sold out, whether it was a club or a hall, whatever it was huge, but every place was sold out. The sound systems that they used were just super, super massive, super nice sound systems. But the crowd was screaming so loud that we couldn't hear our monitors, so we could do our show. And then on top of that, before we actually started the music, there were people actually passing out and crying and had to be carried across the stage, as such what you would see with Michael Jackson. At that point, that's when I realized, yeah, this is real. This is something special. So, and then we came back to the States, and the song was already out at that point, and it was like, oh wow, this is real. So it was fun.
Wow. So we're gonna switch over to Mello. So what's your background, as far as your upbringing, like want to be an artist and everything?
I come from a family of musicians and entertainers, and I knew as a little boy this is what I wanted to do. Me and Dre grew up together, and we had groups and stuff like that together, and we wind up branching off. And I see Dre with Earl and Rick and Rob on BET when they first premiered Vibe. And I'm looking at the TV, I'm like, damn, dude in the back look familiar. And then I sit up on the edge of the couch, I'm like, damn, that's Dre. You know what I'm saying? And a feeling came over me. I was so happy and excited, you know what I'm saying, to see my mans actually out there getting down. To make a long story short, when they left Rob, I wound up joining the group. And I don't want to talk too much, so
That sounds good.
we let the doc do the rest.
Yeah. So DJ, how'd you get involved? Be a part of the legacy of the original public announcement.
Well, goes back quite a few years ago. I ended up meeting Dre online. It was through MySpace. You know how long ago that was. And he had some stuff on his profile that was saying that he was open to working with songwriters and producers. So I sent him a message, and he hit back. We met up, and we started. I played him some tracks, and he was feeling what I was doing. And then from there on, we just clicked like that. And then he introduced me to the guys, and we've been rolling ever since.
Well, how long you been DJing professionally?
Well, professionally, about maybe about 5-6 years.
Well, that's good right there.
Yeah, but I've been producing music ever since I was 14, 15 years old. So it's been a journey, but it's a pleasure working with these guys. It's a lot of fun.
Like that's like a legacy right there. That stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna switch it over to Ricky. So here it is, Vibe premiere, and I would tell you what's so funny though, because I remember watching BET Video Soul, and they premiered it, and then I said, who's this right here? You know what I'm saying? And man, like everybody, man, like you could not go anywhere down the street. You couldn't even go to school. Somebody say Vibe, and like fellas had their own nicknames. Oh yeah, Robin, she got that vibe, and Amber got that vibe. I know you guys was hearing that like every day, man. People on the streets and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Do that time.
Yeah. When the song was in heavy rotation, it was surreal. It made it so that I never had to run away from some people or anything like that kind of stardom, but it made people pay a little bit of a different attention to you than they would before. I recall going to the grocery store once, and I was in line getting groceries for my family. And I got the, people, how somebody will bump somebody else's shoulder and, like, hey, psst, hey. And I thought they were looking at me, but they weren't. They were looking at somebody behind me. So I thought it was a lot more important than it was, but to find out it wasn't.
You thought it was about you.
So I got humbled real quick. I was like, oh, that's what it is. All right, then. But no, man, hearing the song on the radio and depending on where you were, who you were with, it was very special. But it was easy to get humbled real quick because, if you don't have like that camera time and your face is right there in it and they see you hard, then you can get humbled real quick because they'll be like, oh, no, not you, the other person. So that happened a lot, but it was cool.
It's crazy too though, because like, watching you fellas, blow up. Here it was, y'all was in a mixture with was it a High Five, True, Rev, so many R&B groups, that was hot at that time and stuff. You thought to yourself like, wow, we in the same lane. Our name is on the Billboard charts, our videos everywhere. It's like you can't tell us nothing. The only thing I can say is that I wish that media would do their homework. Y'all was probably one of the last R&B groups that actually was dancing on the song Vibe.
Right.
Because I know people will say what True was the last ones. Jodeci tried it didn't go nowhere, but it was like y'all and High Five like the last two, depending on the song. So wait a minute, it was y'all, Boyz II Men, and High Five. Yeah, the last three. After that, nobody else till B2K came in the scene and stuff like that. That rest is history. So I feel like you guys deserve credit when it comes to not just the performance, but you guys get there with the 1-2 steps and stuff like that. When it comes to rehearsing, how much dedicated you got to be, being a great performer on stage?
I mean, we rehearsed heavy, even before we got with Rob. I mean, we were rehearsing like crazy, and that's a part of the reason why they stopped letting us be involved because, it was some good people in those talent shows, but we just brought so much energy that was just someplace else. I guess that's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah.
So the dancing just came natural, I guess. I mean, because we all could dance. And we incorporated that and pushed it to another point, further and further and further, to where that just became the thing. And I think that's what Robert actually saw, that not only could we sing, but we brought a certain energy, a certain vibe. And that kind of like put us in the spot to where we done shows, ran across Jodeci and all these different people, and they're great, man, really, really, really great. But during that time, in the early 90s, for a group to be dancing like that, other than salute to Troop, because Troop was really doing it.
Crazy with it.
And I would almost say better than us. But I mean,
almost they nailed it.
Going in, you know what I mean? So I really respected them guys a whole lot because they brought the energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
After the first single had its run, the second single comes in, Honey Love. Your album skyrocket. We're going #1 on the Billboard chart. And you know, it's funny that people don't never talk about that because being a new group, they go number one. You
Right.
know, then to have 2 top 5 singles, you know, at that time, video soul playing heavy, MTV, I mean, just exploded. I want to say this. And people get the female in the video Honey Love mixed with Holly Berry. And I was like, that's not Holly Berry, even though back then black people was rocking that bob haircut, you know. So, you know, if you guys said the record straight coming out, I was like, that was not Holly Berry. That was whoever bought it, they picked for the video.
No, that was Holly Berry.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because man, it's been an argument for that for like the past 34 years and stuff, you know.
It was her. That was like, I guess her like coming out thing or whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, that's how she kind of moved into the movies and stuff like that because she was sitting by that refrigerator, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense though, because that time she wasn't really well known. She was coming off of was Strictly Business,
Yeah.
Boomerang was just getting ready to
Right.
come out. So
Right.
people was like, man, who's this fine sister right here, man, with the bob haircut? So it didn't click until like, you know, later on, whatever, you know.
Yeah, that was her.
Yeah, so thank you for clearing that up and stuff, you know, because man, I've been getting argued back to back. I said, I don't know that's her or not, though. All I know the sister's fine. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
Now go to the third single, Slow Jam. And you know, now who was coming up with the whole video concept treatment for these videos?
Slow dance. Slow dance.
So there's yeah.
Yeah.
Slow Dance. That was under the direction of Lionel C. Martin. So I think between him and Rob, they were coming up with what they wanted, what they saw as the vision. And that brother, super work, man. Super work.
Oh, yes, sir.
Bar none. Bar none.
Lionel
Yeah.
Martin. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because I tell you, that's like one of the most requested songs, you know, from the first album. I mean, you go to a hole in wall club, you go to some kind of like an intimate, you know, place, and they play that song like crazy. Or you go to a concert and y'all ain't got to perform, you know, DJs play your record in the middle of a set or the open of a show, and everybody's singing the lyrics, man. I'm like, wow, just go show you know how songs can be powerful, you know. And I know you guys are responsible have a lot of kids. I'm sure you guys are the godfathers to plenty of children around America and overseas.
That's funny.
So,
That's funny.
Well, I tell you what, you said it, we didn't, and I will say, man, the blessing of being able to perform for so many people at such large venues, it was a gift and a curse because I recall being in the studio and, you know, we're rehearsing the songs for concerts that we don't even have booked yet, but we're rehearsing, we're putting these things together. So by the time they gave us the shows, we were going for blood. We didn't care who was on the show. It wasn't turn it down and be calm. And by the time we, you know, formulated that we wanted to do these really hard thrust pumps and, you know, we want to wear clothes like this and we want to do this, it made it so, I mean, yes, our dreams were coming true, but we were so focused on performing at a top tier because what we believe in is repeat business. You know, if somebody sees your concert once and they say, oh, amazing job, but they don't have that want or that need or that hunger to come back because you come back next month. In a year, yeah, you can come back and see what they've done, but you know, you want to be able to create that hunger that makes people come or follow you wherever you go because you keep giving them that energy and you change. You know, you grow with each city. And I just believe that it was one of the best times I've ever had in my life, you know, being able to perform for people and just have a good time with these guys. Cause you know, I can't compare being on stage and performing to anything. I don't recall anything being greater than that.
absolutely. Now I remember there was a video song called "Hey Love, Can I Have a Word?" And even though there's Kels in there, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm mistaken, like, where's the rest of the fellas at? you know, in the video. So what was somebody like, I mean, like, school me on the backstory behind that?
Well, that was a single that he had with Mr. Lee. That wasn't us at all. That was him and Mr. Lee and what they did.
Okay.
So that wasn't on our album. That was on Mr. Lee's album. There were times when we did perform the song because of how nostalgic it is with, you know, Stevie Wonder doing the original version. And Mr. Lee put his rap on it, which was fire. But that was a thing between him. They had a junction thing, and you know, on being on the same label, you know, you kind of commingled and did things of that nature. So that's why we were not a part of it, because that was all Mr. Lee. But we did perform the song at specific places at times, and I would do the Mr. Lee rap while Rob, of course, did the lead vocals. So
Okay, and then like the last single, Dedicated. So like you all involved in that in there. You know, it's weird though, like looking at that video, you know, it's a classic record, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like looking back, it's like everything was coming to an end, you know, in my mind. Because it kind of like built up to what was gonna happen next for him and what was your lives gonna be taking place, and as the years went by and stuff like that. Shoot that video, did you guys think to yourself, like, dang, man, and this is it? Or was it going to be like a conversation about, okay, we're going to work on the next album? It's going to be more slamming than the first one. So shoot that video. What was your thoughts in your head?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I really had no thought about it, because again, we came into it so fast, and things moved so fast. It felt like, and Rick, you tell me, but it was like once we met him 2 months after that, everything just started moving fast. We were taking pictures, we go overseas and this and that. So we really didn't look at it no funny style way, like oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
He
let me
basically doing a joint that has nothing to do with us. We never really looked at it like that.
let me piggyback off that. I understand the way you put it about it coming to an end, but we never thought or saw it as an end at all, because it wasn't just us going through the motions. We were actually planning and working, and I want to say a good 75 to 80% of our energy went to performing.
Yeah.
That's all we had to do. We just had to be an engine that performed. And because that's where we come from. We come from a family of performers. So all we did was try to perfect that. So every show had to be better than the last. And so there wasn't any time to even think about what was going wrong, how bad things were. And that didn't come till later. So by the time Dedicated came out, now it's a matter of doing another video. And we were more focused on what the song was saying and how to convey that message physically, how to convey that message with what we wore and things of that nature. So it was never a thing of thinking, that something's coming to an end, because again, we were all about the performance.
Yeah, absolutely. 1993, the first quarter year, and it was like, Record Music Awards was coming through, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, they nominated Kells, and I'm like, was there a nomination for you fellas, or there was like the label politics or whatever? Or you guys didn't think about it at that time?
You want me to take it?
Go for it, fam.
So you speaking of the 12 playtime? Are you speaking of
No,
that?
Born to the 90s?
Born into the 90s.
Yeah. Because 12 Play Without wasn't out yet. Because I don't think it's supposed to say here this January, was it February 1993? The album success. And I'm looking at the categories. I'm like, now, how the fellas ain't nominated, if I ain't mistaken? But they got him nominated by himself. 12 Play Out wasn't even nowhere in the picture, as far as,
Okay.
publicly at that moment. Yeah.
Okay, if that was the case, then that was the plan of the label, because I believe Jive already had decided he was going to go solo. And we knew that as well, because us coming aboard, he said, "Look, I'm gonna do this with you guys and this and that." And then he was gonna do that. We knew that. But it happened kind of fast based on a bunch of other things that happened that had to do with our brother Earl, who has passed away now. But that kind of changed everything around that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I got an idea what you're talking about, but saying like that's for it's like your personal, say documentary and everything.
Right.
Yes, I believe that out. It's like this ain't for land, but
Right. No, I feel you. I feel you.
yeah.
But we're
And
just trying not to, we don't mean to be so vague. I hope your audience isn't angry or nothing like that. But the documentary is gonna kind of explain everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But feel free to ask whatever you want. And if we can answer, we're gonna answer. So.
And your audience, they can go check out the documentary right now on the Jarago app. Jarago is Jaro. You know what I'm saying? They can go to Jarago app and check out the doc right now.
Make that plug, Mel. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right now. Fast, Jack. Right away.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
perfect.
indeed.
Gotta go. Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
like, because I remember when 12 Play just came out, they're like, that's when everybody, brother in America was like shaving their head bald and, everything and stuff. Like, that was the thing back then. Then, when I saw the video, I didn't really put two together because I didn't look at the caption where it said R. Kelly, Sex Me video. And I remember I saw, you fellas in the background. I'm thinking like, okay, like this is like another public national album gonna be dropping,
Right.
and then all of a sudden everything just kind of like stopped, So what was like the politics of it, when his album dropped and the promises supposed to be made, for you fellas at that time?
That's when that's when some of the unfortunate things started to transpire. And that leads into our brother Earl. He left the group based off some accusations that were against R. Kelly. So he left. We probably would have been there. I want to believe if that hadn't happened, we would have been there a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? It would have rolled a little bit further. Because that's how we end up in this, in the Sex Me video. But it's a lot of moving parts. That's the best way I can say it right now. But when Earl left, I mean, eventually, I don't want to take this from you, Rick. So if you want to continue from here, you can continue from there. You know what I mean?
No, go ahead.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
So so Rick ended up leaving too. And now I'm there by myself. And I was torn.
Yeah, say that part. He was by himself touring with Rob. Seeing the world.
I mean, I was by myself, but it felt wrong to me. I'm gonna be real honest right now.
Yeah.
It felt wrong to me. Based on the fact that Earl's mother, I was homeless at the time. And Earl's mother took me in. And I was battling with the fact of, do I stay with the guys that I'm with? And we got to this point, or do I just stay? And I couldn't stay. I had to go back with the guys. And that's when we did that, Mello became involved. We started doing records. And that's how we end up getting a deal with Atlantic Big Beat, Pocket Town, Atlantic Big Beat.
Yeah. You know, for you all, it always been, some people get mixed up with the original public announcement than with the other public announcement. So you guys respectfully set the record straight on your behalf, you know, because those people get it mixed up all the time with, you know, the name and the groups and stuff like that. I know it's been spinning in circles for like the last several years and stuff. So for y'all go ahead, you know, it's like, you know, say you guys got the stage, you got to, you know, set the record straight, all that.
And see, the thing is, man, we got nothing against them guys, man.
Yeah.
Really, we don't, man. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they feel. But they came after because Earl put that together. He put that together. And that was basically because, you know, whatever feelings we was in at that point, we couldn't get along or whatever the case may be. He created that. And we got nothing against them guys, but it's just like, I mean, I feel like the water is getting muddy because I don't think people can decipher which is what. So it's turning into like something weird, but it's not on our part. We just trying to finish what we started.
That's it.
And that's basically it. We don't got no problem with them guys. But at the end of the day, we are the original.
So as a point of reference and something that you can physically see, moving forward, I will wear something that says the original PA or the original public announcement, signifying that it's the guys from the R. Kelly and public announcement era, the original people. We're also affectionately known as UNCNEM. So the body bumping, the John Doe, that's the other guys. You know, so when you come to a concert, or if you're debating on coming to our concert or theirs, you know, there has to be things that are pointed out to let you know who you're coming to see. Because without that, you know, there are people that think they are the original guys because of the longevity that they've had. You know, we said nothing and we sat back quietly. But at this point, you know, like you said, to set the record straight, we are the original, and the is the first word. It's not just public announcement, it's the original public announcement / UNCNEM, and that is the defining matter between us. And there's three of us, and it could be three of them or four of them or however it is, but it's actually three of us with our DJ and or band, and that's it.
Right.
Well said.
You know, we're not the body bump, you know, public announcement, none of that. You know, it's the Honey Love Boys, baby.
You're taking my stuff, Mello.
Oh,
oh, I'm
damn
taking
it.
it too, Rick.
I know you did. I know you did.
This is the time to take it. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you guys cleared the air on that one, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody else would just trash it. I'm like, oh, man, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, our brothers,
no.
especially black, you know what I'm saying? We always want to destroy each other for all the wrong reasons. Just get the media talk about the negative side instead of the positive side you guys try to promote and work on and stuff like that, you know?
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, man. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And,
no doubt about it.
And let me say this too, in case he's watching. We when we were doing talent shows, the other main member of the other group, he was there. He was in the same talent shows we were in. We knew him, and he was also signed to the label that we were signed to.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when in the talent show part of things, we were winning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it was. It's no beef, it's no nothing. And I'm hoping I'm ending whatever illusion of a beef is happening. I'm hoping I'm ending it right now.
Yes, sir.
They did what they did. Body bumping, all of that. Even though they kept my vocals on body bumping, that's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That was a point where I was even over there. So it's like, I just want to squash the whole thing with us and them, man. And the only thing that I want is just for the waters not to be muddied about who's who. Because right now it is. And this will be the last time I speak about this in this interview. I just don't want the waters muddy. We don't wish them no hardship, no nothing. But don't try to steal our legacy. Because our legacy is true. It is what it is. And what y'all did, it is what y'all is. It's fine. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter now. All that matters now is you guys can eat off the brand we created. You're eating off our brand. So that's fine. But all of the extras, I mean, it just doesn't make sense, man. Man, we cool. We are all cool. Nobody's hating these dudes or nothing. So I hope I didn't get off track too far.
No, you straight. Yeah, because one thing I know about the business is always a person that's not an artist. They may know both sides, but they always try to find a way to have a handful of people go against each other, you know, until y'all find a common ground. Like, who was the main bozo that started this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't a singer. You ain't put no work in. Who is you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, talking about, oh yeah, you know, it's like I don't like them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about nothing, man. Hey man, but I roll with y'all, man, because y'all my homies. You feel me? You know.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah. Now for you, DJ, you know, when it comes to, like putting songs together, and remixing, you know what I'm saying, and playing to a crowd, like what's your feedback you get, when you putting records out there just for, people to hear?
Well, it's pretty much, man, to just have the crowd feel good, to read the crowd, to kind of see what's out there, age group, whatever. You test the water, throw a few records on, just get a vibe. And then from there, once you get that vibe, then you run with it. You know, sometimes it may be some old school. You know what I'm saying? If it's an older crowd, you may slide in some Frankie Beverly, Maze, or you may, throw on something that's a little upbeat, a little steppers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's more so just trying to feel the crowd and what you see. You know what I'm saying? And then just throw in the groove and just let it take you and go from there.
Yeah. There's a lady named Seneca Harris. She says, I love you guys. Fight and peace in the midst of it all. I love your energy. Love y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, cuz.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And that's what it matters. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no favoritism and all that clickbait. Because one thing I hate about the internet is they always trying to find ways to nitpick and have both sides against each other. Or they're right with one or another, which is sad. It's like that. So what's your thoughts on that, Mello?
I mean, when it comes to the internet, man, you know, as an artist, you have to be in the right space, first of all. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that dictate what reality is. You know what I mean? Eventually, the truth is going to always come out. You know what I'm saying? When people hear stuff and don't know true facts and they run with social media, you know what I'm saying? You have to be the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what God put you here to do. And you can't worry about what social media says and like you said, all the ankle biters and things like that. You just got to keep doing what you got to do, man, and push on through it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mello.
you're gonna have some people that like you. You're gonna have some people that don't like you. So you just Just rock with the ones that's showing you love. That's my motto.
Mello,
Yes, indeed.
you just said you got to be the bigger person.
Yes, indeed.
I'm saying it right now. I'm not gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna be the problem. So
Oh, Lord.
you can talk that nice stuff all you want to.
Oh,
I'm not
Uh-oh.
doing it. I'm petty
Okay.
and I'm doing it. I don't care. So you can
he's a
talk being a
problem,
nice guy.
y'all.
I'm not
This is
doing it.
our problem child right here.
Gonna be a
Rick,
problem, y'all.
Uncle Rick.
Uncle Rick.
Yeah. So
Rick.
they're gonna be nice guys. They're gonna be nice guys about it. I'm not, and I'm open about it. So if you don't want no heat, don't do it. So they're
Ooh.
gonna be nice about it. I don't intend on doing it. I'm petty.
What you say, Rick? Don't start none, won't be none.
Hey, they don't. It's a
Man,
little late for that, but I promise you, I'm gonna meet everything with pettiness. I'm not doing it in love and kindness and all that. That's what they're here for. Me, no, I'm doing drama.
Lord
I'm
have
from the
mercy.
I'm from the hood. I'm doing drama.
Lordy,
We
Lordy,
all
Lordy.
from the hood.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, and I want to clear the air too. I had to put two people in their place on Instagram, and I want to say this too. This interview was not to tear down a brother that's already serving time. That's not my style. I don't do all that controversial stuff.
Mhm.
That's between him and his God. And two is about celebrating the legacy of you fellas right here, legacy of public announcement, what it meant for everybody to come to like the classic music videos, the singles, you guys see the world to where you was there to where you fellas are now, you know what I'm saying? And you guys get a chance to clear the air, because that's one thing, like whenever I see some controversy, I don't entertain it, so I keep my thoughts out of it, Don't even ask me if you want to go there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm gonna talk about you. I ain't talking about that person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because,
All right.
me as a black man, I don't get nothing out of that, just try to throw somebody on the bus.
Okay. Well, let me touch on that. Hats off to you, man. In journalism, you know, greed and sex and all these negative things, they sell really, really well. So I applaud you for taking the high road, man. Still asking, great questions
Yes,
and doing
indeed.
your job. And dude, you're you and I interviewed what 2017, 2015, something like that. And
Yeah.
you were doing it way before then. And all you've done is ask the questions that I believe people really want to know. So you don't do the mess, you don't do the nonsense. And um, God has to be first, man. He's got to be pushing you and guiding you
Oh,
to
yeah.
not go with the nonsense. So I commend you for that, man. Being one who, like the majority of my family is sisters, you know? So I got a chance to see girls grow into women and watch the women that were my aunts deal with their husbands in the family, out of the family. Dude, it's without God, it is truly hard to make it. So the fact that you're stating that you don't do nonsense, that sets you apart, and it can make you lonely. And then the other networks, when they say, oh, well, he's not willing to do this, then we don't have that as a bargaining chip and we can't use him this way. I commend you for that. The gentleman that you see on this screen with us, they they come from a place of love and strict creativity, but they understand we live in a world that thrives off of mess, and the things that they're writing, like I have like I haven't been this excited about music since Rob, since back in the 90s. I haven't been this excited about performing anything since then. And because they have so much, the library is so nice. And they're not going to speak on it. They're not going to say anything. They're modest, and I appreciate that. I respect that. But you can hear something and know that the catalog is nice, but the people that created the catalog are kind of like just real mellow about it. And they're like, oh, I'm second guessing. I don't know what this is going to be. If they just took their hands off of the wheel and let somebody drive and release a couple more things, they would see just how accepting and willing the world is to hear what we have to present. And when you talk about, problems and how things are going, they have allowed God to really, really use them in this music that they've created, because it talks of dependency. It talks of heartache. It talks of relationships. And it's not just one song, it's several songs that actually need to be heard. They can heal people, you know? So again, I commend you. But man, the only way we can get through this is if we band together, and we got to talk about these things. That's our problems. We don't talk. You know, men don't talk. We just keep it to ourselves. We man up, and that's not actually manning up. You know, you got to have a certain amount of people to talk to so that your community grows to actually help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you fellas got on here to clear the, to clear the air and stuff. And my thing was like, I'm gonna make sure everybody get the details, of your lives and stuff like that, to know about y'all, not like to go to clickbait, oh man, like, well, like what he gonna ask next. Listen, man, if you need all that, go to the Stay Room, Ball Alert, all those, throw a black man, black woman on the bus platforms, say if you need all that and everything. 2026 already. What's next for you fellas?
Well, go ahead, Mel.
No, the documentary, like I said, the documentary is out now. Y'all can go check it out. Jarogo, Jarogo. You know what I'm saying? The story that, that was never told. We in the studio, we constantly writing and producing and putting new stuff together to be released. And we just setting up, we just setting everything up to go. We have our own radio station that we build called BlackGlobalRadioNetwork.com, and we're gonna be we play mainstream music, but we are also going to use the platform to be able to help break new artists, independent artists as well. So yeah, they can go to BlackGlobalRadioNetwork.com and see what it's all about.
That's what's up, though. And I better ask you, how did you get the nickname RB Bully? Because I better ask you that like a long time ago. I remember I interviewed you by yourself a while back, and I said, I never got a chance to ask the old boy, but next time when I do, I'm gonna ask him that.
I mean, I don't know how. Right now, I don't know how I came up with it, but I don't.
Are you a bully, twin? Twin, are you a bully?
I'm not a bully.
Are you a bully?
Tell him. Tell him.
No, really not a bully. But I mean, I just thought that would fit. I thought it would be something that makes sense to my persona that I'm rolling with. But yeah, man. I mean, we're doing a lot of great music right now. And that was a question I wanted to ask you too. Do you have the Pressure record or the Don't Play record?
I got the Don't Play record. I don't have the Pressure.
Oh
yeah.
But he also has a radio station too.
Yes, I got that. I got the internet radio. Yeah, Mr. Soulpack Jim FM. Matter of fact, I got to be on there tomorrow night anyway. So,
okay,
yeah, definitely play that record.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it, brother.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
To me, it's an honor to have you fellas on here, man. I feel like I went back to the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And we talk about born to the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like this is like, because I got a chance to know, Ricky's, life, where I interviewed by himself years back. Then I got a chance to know, RB Bully. Then I got a chance to know you fellas too. So to me, it's like everything coming full circle, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I hope that people with common sense get a chance to get something out of this, for sure, and big shouts to everybody. Left a lot of great positive comments on here, you know what I'm saying? And the views are here. It's up. I can imagine what's going to do after this is over with and everything and stuff.
Yeah, and I saw in the comments, because I keep looking back at it. Y'all see me turn my head up looking at the TV. But Pressure is out under the original public announcement, Uncle, and so is Don't Play. And another record that we have called City Boy, that's going to be the next thing that will be out. So, and there's so many other records, but those two are out now. They can stream those. do whatever they want to do. But City Boy is next. We
And let
filming our visuals for that like right now. Mello finished his.
and let me say this. America, do me a big favor. Email, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, go on TikTok, and put pressure on Mello, put pressure on Dre. They're the reasons why there's so much music, but they have not released it because they keep saying
look
no.
at you.
Right.
They keep
That's
saying
right.
no.
You,
So put
you saluted us and then threw us under the bus.
And then threw us under the bus.
because we should have had like 20 singles out by now, and we don't because of y'all.
They coming.
So they
They
keep
coming,
going back
y'all.
in the studio. They keep going back in the studio. No, let's change this. No, let's do this. No, we got to add this. No, we got to put this way. Put the pressure on them and tell them. Put the pressure on and tell them. Give it here right now. Leave it alone.
It's called perfection. You know what I'm saying? You want
Yeah, and this upcoming project is gonna be like an EP or like a full album.
Well, right now we just doing singles and releasing singles and once our audience understand the difference between the two groups and they want some original public announcement on them, then we're going to be putting things together for them. But they're going to be able to go on our website and check out everything we have to offer.
Well said, cowboy. Well said.
Yeah, although Jackson said let's leak, basically let's leak the song out.
Oh, young Leak.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that's when music was fun. They were leaking stuff that they didn't want you out. Now it's just like no.
Well, we're gonna put a snippet out on City Boy real soon. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice
tomorrow, right, Los?
Very soon.
Yep. Tomorrow.
And we're gonna send it directly to the R&B podcast. We're gonna send it directly to him.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna be stopping through Chicago North Side this summer and stuff, and link up, sit with my homie out there and stuff. So networking, try to get some, jumping, the city winery and stuff like that, and man, see where it goes from there.
And
When is that?
Probably in April.
I'll be like in July. Go ahead.
Okay.
Probably in April, we trying to put together a premiere of the doc at Kitchen and Cocktails. We're in the process of doing that. And Chicago will get a chance to come out, see the first part and kick it. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna kick it and have fun.
Have a good time, baby.
Well, let me interrupt. Let's be clear. This documentary, it's in 3 parts. The first part is already out. The other 2 parts are coming. So it is literally in 3 parts.
Crazy.
There are 3 group members, so they made it so that it has to be in 3 parts, and everybody's in all the parts. But because there's 3 members, we had to make it a 3-part series.
Yes, indeed.
Somebody said, was the documentary in Atlanta a success? Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
The whole red carpet stuff, we're going to start posting some of that out. But yeah, absolutely, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because especially, we got the Day One fans, they want to, see, all the details where it began. So that way they can put the perspective, like, okay, now it makes sense and stuff, You got some that came like later fans, they might not understand, how it all originally got started. They'd be like, oh, man, like, where was I at? Man.
We make sure, man, we send a bunch of this stuff that we post. We'll send it to you. If you want to post it or whatever the case may be, we'll send it to you, too.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely will. Definitely, man. Just want to say thank you, fellas, for taking the time to coming on here. Big shouts to Keith R&B for, getting this set up. Appreciate you, brother, and stuff. Man.
Hey, shout out to Keith, man. Yeah. Great vocalist,
Yes,
good people. Man, before we go, man, oftentimes this is a thankless job. You know, people don't tell you thank you because other than, you know, you did something for them. But you don't hear that very much. So thank you, man, for all that you've done, the way you've been
Yes,
rocking
sir.
over these years.
Yes,
Um,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Thank you.
it
Appreciate it.
takes. I mean, I know you started with nobody watching, with nobody believing. I've
Yes,
watched
sir.
your content. I've seen how in depth you are about knowing about the people that you're speaking about, and a lot of times there's footage where it's all typing and you're talking in depth about when something came out, who was a part of it. So back in the day, they had albums, and if you opened up the album, there was music. I'm sorry, there were the lyrics to the song, and then there was another part where it gave all of the background of who added this and who did that and how they did it, and you know, little production notes.
Credits.
That's what you do, and this is beyond credits. That's what you do with this. And I just want to tell you, man, it makes a big difference. It's a good read. I'm always consistently learning about how somebody did something, but I want to make this personal. You shared something with me that I am so thankful that you did, man, because it's next level. So this is 2026. 2025, you did something that you didn't want to come into 2026 without doing. Please talk about that, man, because there's not enough talking about that. So what did you do?
Man, what did I do? Okay, so not too long ago, and matter of fact, my ex at the time, she was carrying my child. So I broke the news on Donna Lewis and stuff, you know, and me being a judge, you know, I just post the news, just keep it moving. So she hit me up, she said, Rashad, you know, your flyers on TV. And I was like, where? And it takes it out live. And I thought to myself, I was happy, but I was kind of mad. I said, I'd be damned. It took all those years for it to get attention, you know. But scratch all that. I know what Ricky's talking about. It just hit me. So October the 15th is when, you know, I accept the Lord, you know, into my life. You know, I always believe in God and everything. But after going through a rocky relationship and everything, so on December 21st, on my uncle's birthday, I got baptized.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
Yes,
big shouts
indeed.
to Pastor Phil. Big shouts to my auntie for, you know, got me through that, you know, me reading the scriptures and everything. And a big shouts to Indiana Baptist Ministry, you know what I'm saying? You guys know you are. I'll be there. I will be there this Sunday working the sound room and everything. So don't give, I'm sorry to get a chance to come last Sunday. I spent time with my daughter, but I promise I'll make it up for you guys.
Praise and glory be to
Congratulations,
God.
brother. Congratulations, man. Yes,
Yeah, I appreciate
indeed.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You know, I feel like all the years that I was going through stuff all just like fade away. You know what I'm saying? And just put a whole different perspective. And I say this too. You know, it's like, you know, God wrote a story on our lives before we was even thought of. You know, He
Yes,
put our
sir.
parents together to make us, regardless if our parents ain't together or not. But we are on the evolution to whatever it is that's coming. You know,
Amen.
it could be a
Yes,
long
indeed.
journey of our lives. It could be a shortcut coming in our lives. Just depends on how we live it. You know.
That's right.
And
That's
stuff
all
like
right.
that. So yeah, man, you know. So when I told Ricky about that, he said, "Oh man, really?" I said, oh, "Yeah, man." So it was real, you know. And then a lot of times too, this business can really mentally break you down, you know, if you allow it.
Yeah, it can break you down, man, and it can you know, it can strengthen you, you know what I mean? And to even be in this business, man, and walk the right walk, you got to have God first. That's a must.
Yeah,
You know
gotta
what I
have God,
mean?
you know. Yeah,
We all about God on here, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's what matters the most and stuff, you know. And man, I tell you, you know, this is probably one of the best, you know, positive interview I had in a while. You know what I'm saying? Where
Thank
man,
you.
the women ain't afraid to talk about God, you know. And
Right.
there was certain guests I had with certain RB legends, though they mentioned, and I feel a weird spirit from them. I'm like, oh man, you know, I'm like, man, like, I could get this brother off my page quick. Oh man. So,
Oh
but with
man.
that being said, you know, when people think about public announcement, as far as people listen to it from the very beginning, you know, the success you guys, you know, have done, you know, performing on Soul Train, was it T Summit, appearing on Video Soul, videos in heavy rotation on MTV, BET, VH1, was it Bright Eye Video, Showtime, Paul. I mean, come on, I go on and on about it. You know, it's like, you know, ain't not one fan could sit here and say, okay, what's your favorite song? You can't say one. You gotta go through the whole catalog of it. You know what I'm saying? You know. But
Real talk.
anyway, man, looking forward to it. I'm never gonna check out the documentary, you know, after this is over with and stuff. And so with that being said, we are out of here. And speaking of the public announcement, up there, merch, where can they get the t-shirt? I don't know, I must have misheard that or not. If anyone want to get the merch.
UncNemApparel.com.
Yeah.
What
Wait,
is it?
say it again, twin.
UncNemApparel.com.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, you guys
Am I
heard
right,
me.
Ghost?
UncNemOfficial.com.
UncNemAfficial.com. My bad.
Don't leave marketing to him.
Official.com, baby.
Yes, sir, man. You know, this is History of the Books, and I can't wait for you guys to come back on here and you know, talk about more new singles and stuff.
Yes,
And
sir.
you guys got a show coming up, or there's something that's in brewing in the works?
Not right now. We're doing a lot of, like, you know, like we said, you know, we putting a lot of things together. We just doing a lot of recording and writing and just getting things together for the summer.
Okay, perfect. So with it being said, you all have a blessed night. Big shout out to V's Ventures. Big shouts to Nate. Big shouts to Robert. Big shouts to everybody that was dropping comments on here. Show love and y'all peoples as well and stuff. So with it
Yes,
being
sir.
said, subscribe to the page, RB Talk Show. Stop playing, y'all, man. You know,
Yes,
so I think
sir.
you got that for the best.
Yes, sir.
R&B.
And check out that
Yeah.
rndofficially.com. Go ahead, check them boys out. Over the top. New schoolers. Now.
There's that. With that being said, we out of here.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You got it.